walking in faith and walking with faith. What does that look like? So it's one thing to belong to a spiritual or religious affiliation, group, and do whatever they do on the day that they deem sacred. It's another thing in doing that on a daily basis. So although I don't belong to any church or any affiliation, I walk my truth. I walk in faith. And for some people it might sound strange because how can you have faith if you don't have a religion? And you don't have to have a religion to have faith. Do I believe that there's a one infinite divine creator? Oh, of course, yes. Am I connected to that? Yes. Do I listen to the guidance from above? Yes. So sometimes I see these various groups as stepping stones. It helps one develop one's connection with Source. But it's one thing to hear it on the day that they deem sacred. It's another thing to walk that path on a daily basis. Not just in front of people where they can see, not for I did the right thing and I showed up. It is who are you and what are you on a daily basis? 365 days of the year, every hour that matters. And it is the energy that you bring forth. Are you heart-centered? Do you live from your authenticity? Do you do things because you know what you're doing and you're doing it for the right reasons? You're doing it with the right intent. You're doing it for the greatest good of all, not just for those that can see. I had to learn how to walk in faith and with faith. In the beginning, as I said, in 2010 when I started, it was my guides called me Doubting Thomas. As I mentioned, I doubted that I doubted that I could do all these things that I'm doing. Doubted why me. But then I realized there's one that has walked the path that I did. When I connected with my ancestral guide, my granny, she said that I am never to teach from just a teaching point of view. I am to teach by example. So it's to live that on a daily basis, to stand in my faith on a daily basis, to walk my truth on a daily basis, not just when I feel like it or when it's going good or when things are going right. It's when it's challenging. It is when you can't see the wood before the trees. You just see the circumstances now. But believing, my belief in, I want to say, the valley beyond the perceived obstacle, that makes me do the things that I do. And when I came down to start over here in the Cape, somebody said, "Oh, Fiona, you're so brave." And I was thinking about it and I thought, but that's not bravery. I don't see myself as brave. I see it as the next logical step. And how one knows what is the next logical step. It's when it doesn't necessarily make logical sense, but soul sense. It's like when it makes sense to your spirit that is the next evolutionary process. We are not to be stagnant. We're not to stay in one place. We're not to do one thing. We are here as particles of God to express ourselves in the way, shape, or form that we choose to, that brings joy, upliftment, inspiration. That's what we came here to do. And if you're heading in the right direction, if things just fall into place. What I realized is when I made the decision, the ending off of cycles just happened so beautifully. The clearing out of the old, it just happened so beautifully. People showed on time, on point, and helped me facilitate that process. Every step has been guided, but it has been guided not from thought, not from thinking, but only from intuition, because God speaks through our intuition. And if we follow that intuitive messages, not the one that brings doubt, not the one that brings fear, but the one that brings excitement. And sometimes certain things need to shake us in our boots. A dream is big enough. If you can feel the tremble within you, you know this is big and this needs to be done. And that's to do it anyway. Doesn't matter what other people say. It's just to keep on keeping on, and to show up, and to show up consistently, repetitively, and on purpose, with purpose, and keep on having faith in the unseen, having faith in that you are divinely protected at all times, that things don't happen against you but for you, that what you do matters, what you think matters, what you believe matters, that and you don't have to be defined by one thing. You can be multiple beings, expressions, tasks. We tend to be labeled by. I had to fill in an application form, and they said, "What is your occupation?" And I'm not defined by the 3D world, so it's very difficult for me to fit into a box that's why people also try and define God. They try and put God in a box, but you can't place the infinite creator, the creator of all, in a box. You can't label it, you can't restrict it. That's thinking like a human. We have to think beyond that and tap into that energy, that infinite energy. But the energy is not just within God, it's within ourselves, because we are part and particle of the God energy. And once read that it's through our eyes and through our smile and through our hearts that others can feel the presence of God. And we sometimes show up in people's lives just at the right time for them to receive a glimpse of hope, a glimpse of strength, a glimpse of faith, a glimpse of what trust looks like. And that's why we go through what we go through. And it doesn't have to be easy. It just has to feel right. And so doing the right thing regardless of the noise on the outside. So I invite you to today walk courageously in your faith, in a bigger picture and a bigger plan for yourself, and don't settle for anything less. Have a beautiful day. Bye for now.